It's interesting watching all of these Doctor Who rumors flying. Now, it was mentioned on a website that there was a rumor that David Tennant was returning again. I haven't seen that rumor, and I'm pretty plugged into Doctor Who fandom, so, I think a lot of these sites invent rumors. That's why we have Fandom Pulse to begin with, because we just talk about things that kind of are actually going on out there, whereas a lot of these sites just, say things, right? So Fandom Pulse, your spot to be for Doctor Who and science fiction news. Now, David Tennant actually confirmed he's not going to be returning, and I think there's a big reason for this that's very, very important, which we're going to get into just now. So please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things Doctor Who. This weekend's going to be a wild one because they have the singing competition episode where they're trying to mimic Eurovision. To try to garner a modern audience. What a bad idea. This is going to be an abject failure for Doctor Who, and we're going to be covering it every step of the way. So, guys, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. I'm a science fiction writer is kind of my background, and so I would love for you to get in on my series. If you like space opera, if you like sweeping space adventure, action, fun, everything Doctor Who used to be, check out my Oration War. It's a lot of fun, and I'm actually writing a story that's spinning out of this, and I'm doing a time travel story to try to do my hand at that. But it starts here. And so this is about humanity in the future. They're at war with the mysterious Aritian aliens. And like I said, you're going to really enjoy it. It's got great character development, good action, lots of fun. It builds up huge over the 3 books. And I won't spoil it for you, but it's in the description below. Support the channel today. It's only $4.99 for an ebook, and it's also available on paperback and audio if you prefer to read that way. So thank you guys so much for supporting us. Grab that today. All right. So David Tennant, I guess rumors are swirling about who's going to be the next Doctor in Doctor Who because it's pretty obvious that Ncuti Gatwa is actually out right now. Now, I've seen people saying, no, he's not out. Nobody's confirmed it. It's from my inside people, it's done. This is over. The great experiment, I guess we'll call it, is done. I mean, this is really the second great experiment. Jodie Whittaker was the first one, right? And replacing the Doctor with a female was like their first move towards this like crazy social justice stuff. Yeah, it was happening, I guess, in the Peter Capaldi era too, with that one companion as well. But when it comes to the character of the Doctor himself, making a herself makes it a lot of craziness. And then Gatwa goes out there and turns it into this like fruity gay adventure, like it's Russell T Davies like Pride Parade night, because it's all a self-insert with these people all the time. Really sad to watch. So we've seen how it's been destroyed. And this season, almost every episode has just been about attacking critics of the show. It's been about making points about this channel and other channels that cover Doctor Who, and going off the rails of it. If you're that angry, Russell T Davies, and watching my channel, maybe just like write some real science fiction for once. I mean, it's not that hard. Or you can call me. I can help you out. You can stop hiring a bunch of LGBTQ activists and actually hire real science fiction writers. Hey, what a thought. Get Douglas Adams types these days actually writing Doctor Who rather than these people. But hey, the problems are numerous. So David Tennant, of course, we know returned a couple of years ago for the 60th anniversary specials. And that was their big hype moment. They really wanted to push that beyond anything. Everybody loved the David Tennant era of Doctor Who. I would say of the modern era, it's probably most people's favorite. I actually liked Christopher Eccleston better as a Doctor, believe it or not. But yes, most people, I would say, enjoyed the David Tennant. And that whole chemistry he had, actually with all 3 of the companions there, especially with Rose, though, was just out of control, and that's why people loved it. So we covered on the channel yesterday, there's like these rumors about who's going to be the 16th Doctor, and I don't know that the BBC is going to greenlight a 16th Doctor right away. I mean, the rumors, of course, are saying that they are and saying that it's happening. But I think they kind of need to let it rest for a while and find some new talent and like really get serious about this, or they're going to keep destroying their brand on a level that's like absolutely atrocious, right? And I don't know that anybody wants that, at least at the BBC, because this is like their one kind of big science fiction property that stood the test of time. But that's where they're at right now. And whether those rumors are true, apparently they're attempting to go back to a female Doctor. There's been a lot of names thrown out there. And the one that's being thrown around a lot is the Billie Piper name, which would be the biggest joke ever. Somebody posted on X when I covered it yesterday, showing him my post and saying, and replied to it saying, "Hey, replacing the Doctor with like his ex-girlfriend would be pretty on brand for the BBC right now." It really would. Funny stuff right there. There's also rumors swirling because J. Michael Straczynski, the creator of Babylon 5, just moved to the UK and has been apparently working for months to get that done. And he wants to work on British television and the BBC, is what he says. So part of that rumor, of course, timing-wise, maybe he's coming in to kind of try to save Doctor Who at this juncture. They tried to have him do that with Star Trek for a while. He actually pitched Star Trek, a reboot, before J.J. Abrams actually did. That was very similar to what J.J. Abrams did. And while that was an abject failure, I guess people liked that first movie and went in for it, and it made some money just because of the Star Trek brand. This is somebody they think is going to be doing well for science fiction. I don't think he can write anymore. He hasn't done anything really good in recent years. It's been total LGBTQ propaganda on his front, and it's been a disaster. So I wouldn't want to see that. So David Tennant's the other one out there. We've seen on the podcast, and this is where the rumors of the show running changing really happened, because Tennant has a podcast, and he started talking with Russell T Davies, and then made some weird comments with Davies that made it seem like Davies is going to be out at Doctor Who. And a lot of people have also said that that's kind of why Gott was out. Gott was only there because of Davies, which is kind of weird because it's some big gay fest over there all the time. I don't know what's happening, but hey. And I guess Gottwell wants to then go to Hollywood now, and he's also upset with the fan reaction to the show. He just doesn't want to deal with it, which is sensible. I mean, but you guys kind of brought it on yourselves. As much as you're acting like victims about this, and they always do. Oh, it's because of the racist bigots and all that, right? It's ridiculous. They put that it's in here. They made it into an identity politics fest. They made that what the show is about. And then the fans are supposed to just not notice and consume it anyway. Millie Gibson said, the companion from last season, get over it when asked about it. And you can tell they're very, very frustrated about it, but it's like, you don't really have a right to be frustrated because this is what you wanted. You said this. Like Russell T Davies said, he was more concerned about trans rights than the Doctor Who show, and that if you're writing in 2024, what are you doing if you're not inserting identity politics in there? This was intentional. It was not something where they just had good intentions. They're thinking they're making a great show. Their politics just kind of seeps into it a little bit. No, they were throwing this extreme leftism in your face 100%, and it's destroyed the Doctor Who brand completely. So, yes, David Tennant came back for those 60th anniversary specials. If you remember, they were a train wreck. The first one, he shows up, and there's a new Rose, and it's a black dude pretending to be a woman, and it's Donna Noble's son who's pretending to be a daughter. And the whole time, they just shove it in your face. They go, "What a beautiful woman you are, Rose." And they say it over and over again in the episode, like they're trying to brainwash you. It's like, well, that's not. No. Of course, they lectured him on being a male-presenting Time Lord, and they had a woman in a wheelchair, like, shooting, like rockets out to, like, save the day. It was really ridiculous. And, of course, that got crazy. The second one was actually all right. I thought the plot line was kind of fun, actually. But the opening sequence where they go out and they see Sir Isaac Newton, and he's replaced by an Indian guy, even though he's a historical figure. I mean, they were really just showing what they were doing. And then once Gottwa came in, it was just a complete disaster, as we know. So David Tennant came back for these three specials, thinking that this was going to revitalize the franchise. If you remember, the David Tennant era, numbers were like, you'd have 12, 13 million people watching these specials. It was huge. And, of course, the 60th anniversary specials were the lowest watched specials of all time. Only then to be usurped by Gottwa's specials right after that. So it's just been on a decline. People were not excited about it. And I think that Jodie Whittaker, turning the Doctor into a woman, just kind of turned off a lot of the male audience. And BBC, you morons, and this is the problem all of these executives have. This is a men's TV show for the most part, and they want to make it into a girls' TV show because everything has to be feminized these days. And so when you do that, you turn off the audience. Men are not interested in that, and they're just going to leave. And you don't get a new audience. The people who are going and seeing Barbie movie are not going to go see a freaking Doctor just because it looks like me. That's really stupid of you, and as you've seen, it's gotten even stupider as they do this with the gay black Doctor currently, right? So it's destroyed the brand. So Tennant was asked about this at BAFTA, and here's Tennant these days. Trans kids, yes. He's a nut job too. But yes, he says he believes it's going to keep going because, which we'll see, because it's been on for 60 years and shows no signs of stopping. Well, I don't know about that. It's been showing signs of stopping pretty well right now. No Christmas special this year. Only 8 episodes. That's pretty close to a stop, David Tennant. He said, and that part of what makes it such a vibrant show is that it keeps renewing and finding stories. As far as I'm aware, that's what's happening without me for a while. Without me, which is good. Probably be better that way anyway. And then they asked if there were rumors that he would return again. And he said, "I promise I'd tell you if that was true." So he has no intention of returning again, and I think there's a reason behind that. I think I think actors realize it. Even Gatwa realizes this is brand poison. It doesn't help your career. You're stuck here with these fans that don't like what you're doing. And there's no new fans that are coming in. That's all a lie. There's no modern audience. There's no youth demographic that's coming in like they keep saying there is. And so you're just stuck with this failing franchise. And then not only that, but your legacy is you're the one who made it fail. So Tennant, of course, doesn't want to come back. The great experiment of the 60th anniversary specials didn't work. And so that was that. If it was triumphed as a huge success, if Davies didn't do moronic things with the plot and actually made it fun, you could have done something good there. But unfortunately, they knew what they were doing the entire time. They've wrecked the show. And honestly, I hope they do just sit on it for a while, because I don't think anybody in contention right now to lead this show, to helm this show, is really the right person for the job. And I don't think the BBC's in a spot where they know how to make great science fiction anymore. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. If you like really great science fiction, check out The Stars Entwined and my series in the description below. Thank you for reading, everybody. We'll be back soon.